Good morning. It is my honor and privilege to have you here, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for dropping by. I've decided to call this series I'm going to do, You Are Glorious. The inspiration from that came from this song written by the David Crowder Band. It's really touched me and helped me to change my heart, and I hope maybe it can do the same for you. My day is brighter here with you. The night is lighter than it's you, which leads me to believe, which leads me to believe. Make everything glorious. You make everything glorious. You make everything glorious, and I am yours. What does that make me? Now my eyes are small, but they have seen the beauty of enormous things, which leads me to believe there's more than light to see. You make everything glorious. You make everything glorious. You make everything glorious, and I am yours. What does that make me? What does it make me indeed? What does it make you? You see, you too are glorious. You too were created in the image of God. I don't know if you fully understand what that means. I don't think I ever did. I've only come to begin to understand it in the last few weeks. And I didn't learn it through church. I didn't learn it under the guiding hand of a religious leader. I learned it through putting the things that I've learned throughout my life together. I learned it more from sources like The Secret, from Think and Grow Rich, and You Were Born Rich, than I ever did in a church building. Now let me share with you a story about our creative power, because I want you to know that our creative power can be used either way, either positively or negatively. And in this story I'm paraphrasing from memory, so please don't hold me to the exact facts, but this is basically how it goes. A few years ago, a man worked in a railway yards in America. One day, he accidentally locked himself in a rail car, a refrigeration unit. Now they found the man in the morning, and he'd written some lines on the wall. The lines were something like this: "It's getting cold now. It's really getting freezing now. I'm beginning to fall asleep." And the last line: "These may be the last words I ever speak." Sadly, they found the man dead. Only upon investigation, they found the refrigeration unit had been faulty for the last 3 weeks. The temperature inside had never dropped below 49 degrees. The man had, in fact, by faith, frozen himself to death. Now I got to tell you, this struck a chord with me when I heard this story, because I've seen this sort of thing happen over and over and over again in my life. I remember as a young child being told that miracles were for in the past, they were for the apostles after Jesus came, and we really couldn't heal the sick or raise the dead, walk on water. I believed that had to be a lie. That or the entire scriptures were a lie. Because throughout scripture we're told that all things are possible. That if you have faith the size of this tiny mustard seed, you can tell that mountain to fall into the sea and it will obey you. Why was Jesus able to walk on the water? Why was Peter, just a man, able to get out of the boat and join him? Because you and I were created in the like God.
The universe is under authority. Jesus said, all power has been given to me, and I give it to you. And I want you to know that this is the truth. Alright, the secret is not a secret. You need to understand these things, people. If you're trying to make a breakthrough in your life, you need to become something different in your heart. As a man thinketh in his heart, so he shall become. Now you can think over and over again, I'm going to succeed, I'm going to succeed, I'm going to succeed. But until that becomes part of your subconscious, it cannot happen. Here's the great part. When it does become part of your subconscious, nothing can stop it happening. By universal law, what flows out of you is drawn to you, and you create. This amazing place we live in, people. There is an energy source, scientifically proven, called God by theologists, that is 100% in all places at all times. It flows into you and it flows out of you. What you do with that energy source depends on your results. Alright, I've watched myself over the last few weeks change what some would call my aura, change my heart. I've spent 27 years smoking cigarettes, and I mean smoking cigarettes, chain smoking, smoking cannabis, and I mean more than anyone else I've ever met. I've been addicted to these things. I will wake up in the morning and have 4 cups of coffee and have a smoke and have a smoke and then go to work, and on the way to work I'd have a coffee and I'd have a smoke and I'd have a smoke. This has been going on since I was a young teenager, and no matter how many times I tried to break out of it, no matter how many times I tried to quit, I never could. I didn't understand why, until I started learning the 11 forgotten laws of this universe under the teachings of Bob Proctor, until I watched The Secret, until I watched Born Rich, and I started to put together the way the universe functions. Since that time, I have changed my life dramatically, and I want to help you do the same. I'm going to ask you to follow along with me when you see another video come up. Watch it. I believe it will change your results. It will change your heart. It will change the way you live and the way you do things. I want to thank you once again for being here, and I look forward to seeing you again. Have a great day, and be blessed to be a blessing.